Rebels. It's Kenya, aka Tamon Rebel, and we're gonna do another drama review today. It was a week ago since I came back from California. If anybody who watches K-dramas and K-pop knows, I was at KCON LA for the first time and maybe the last time. Sorry, it was way too big for me. Way too many people. I don't really do good with big crowds. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to meet many YouTubers, and if I did, I was really shy and I didn't say anything. And I got to take this nice picture with Namjoon and the Bride of Habaek poster at the CJ and M table, or CJ and E table. Not really a table, more like a huge setup, really. And that's the drama we're going to review today, The Bride of Habaek, or The Bride of the Water God. And if you like this drama, I'm going to be really brutal and talk about how bad it was. So, Namjoon could not save it. So, brace yourselves. And if you have words for me, just comment below and we can debate about it. Let's go. Alright, so the plot is mini plots, which is my first qualm with this drama. I had no idea what to think about, what to pay attention to, and so I'm going to try to give the best summary I can. Habaek, who is the water god, was born to be king of water country, king of the realm of gods. He has to go to the human world to find his little rock orb thingies for him to be king and go back to the realm of the gods. Okay, and he has to get them from Muda and Bidum, who is a goddess played by Crystal, and Bidum is a god from Earth. No, not Earth. Sorry, Sky Country, Sky World. And the one problem is that they lose the orbs and they try to make it seem like they didn't want to help him. That's one thing. And since Habaek has nobody to help him, he goes after the servant who's supposed to serve the gods, since some weird stuff happened back in the day that's supposed to serve them for the rest of their generations. And she's like, I don't know, y'all. Why do I gotta serve y'all? Y'all ain't gods. Who are y'all? So those are like already 3 plots right there. He has to find the orbs, can't find them because he lost his correlation map. He can't find the gods, can't find the orbs because they lost them. The servant, who's played by Shin Se-kyung, doesn't believe that they're gods and doesn't want to serve them. And there's like 5 other plots that go with this show. Then there are plots that go missing. So it's everywhere. And if I can't focus on something, what's the point of the show? Am I supposed to focus on Shin Se-kyung and Namjoon becoming a couple as the servant and the bride of the water god, or am I supposed to wait for him to find these orbs so he can go back to the realm of the gods? Or am I supposed to understand why these other 2 gods are trying to act like they hate him when they actually kind of don't? Well, there's a lot of tension right there. But anyway, then there's another god who just disappeared, and then when you do find him, he disappears again and you don't even see him. And then you have the demigod who has his own backstory, and then Shin Se-kyung's backstory, and then her other backstory with her dad. There's a lot of stories and there's a lot of plot in this show. Stop adding on plots. That's it. Like, as soon as we figure one plot out, the other plot gets dragged on, and then there's another plot that adds. There's no direction with this show. So yeah, no direction. No real plot. The characters. Shin Se-kyung and Namjoon obviously are the 2 main characters. There's supposed to be a couple. Muda and Bidum played by Crystal, and the other dude from Surprise, I can't remember his real name. They're supposed to be a push-pull type of side characters to each other. Then you have this rich girl who's horrible, and the demigod. It's just, the characters have a reason. They have their own reasons. They have their own backstories. But adding their backstories already onto the main characters' backstories just made this show even worse than it already was. Oh my gosh. I really wanted Nam Joo-hyuk to save this show. I really wanted the actor who plays Beedom to save this show because he was really good. I love Surprise. They are like awesome. I'm not a big fan of Crystal. She's a princess and she still plays a goddess in this show, so no matter what show she plays in, she's a princess. And like, the characterization was nice at first, but then you started adding on more people. Then you started adding on more... Sorry, my cat jumped on the table. She's rebellious. Then you add more people, and you add more characters, and then you add on more characterization onto the already messy plot. And it doesn't save anything. It doesn't help anything. I wanted to know why Beedom hated Habaek so much. I wanted to know why Crystal was already so loyal to Habaek, but so despicable to Beedom. It was just... And then Habaek was just this arrogant king or god who just ordered Shinsei Kyung's character around. It was really hard to like anybody. So, and because of all the extra stuff, it was really hard to get to know anybody. But in the end, you felt some type of way for the demigod because his whole backstory was really, really hard. Then Beedom's backstory was... you felt for him too once you get to know him. Habaek, why do you even deserve her? Like, and then Shinsei Kyung, why did you even fall for him? Like, there was no chemistry. Crystal and Beedom together, it was adorable. And then everybody else was like there. So characters, yeah, bleh. This bleh. The music was very non-existent. Like, it was there. You sing along sometimes, but it didn't really like bring any type of emotional leverage to the show. I mean, it matched the moods, but nothing that made you like grip onto. So you just have a crazy storyline with crazy characters with a very non-existent soundtrack. It was like, I don't know what any of these people were thinking. Like, I was going so crazy watching this show. I really wanted to like it for Nam Joo-hyuk. Like, it was so bad. My overall point to this is characters could have been developed better. If there wasn't so much to develop in such a short amount of time. The stories could have been told better. The stories could have interwoven better. But every chance it got, it just drifted off somewhere else. And then you're just like, oh, I have to completely change my mindset and go to this story when I was just so encased in this story. There is a point where you have too many plot points that everything is just going to crumble before you. And that's exactly what happened. Once again, music didn't really have any significance. And so overall, I'm sorry, Bride of Habaek, but I'm going to have to give you 4.5. Why a 4.5? Because I got bored. The first episode bored me, and consecutively, the rest of the episodes bored me. I had to force myself to get through this. Till this moment, I'm forcing myself to get through the last episode. Nobody stood out to me. Nobody made me want to cry with them. Nobody made me want to laugh with them. And there was no part of the story that gripped me so much that I was like, oh, I have to finish this. No, I was bored. I was really bored. And usually I drop something like this. But like I said, I wanted to give Nam Joo-hyuk his chance to shine after Weightlifting Fairy. But such a bad role to choose after Weightlifting Fairy. I don't know if it's YG's fault, because YG be messing up a lot. We gotta fix this, y'all. Nam Ji-hyuk needs some better roles, y'all, okay? So we need to get on his back about that. After Weightlifting Fairy, this was a disaster. Such a huge disaster. But most of my reviews are going to be really quick now. Simply for the fact, I realize a lot of people's attention spans aren't good anymore. So instead of doing 12-minute, 13-minute reviews describing certain points that I liked, I'm just going to be doing really quick, maybe 9 to 10-minute reviews, because then I can just point out the plot, point out the characters, point out the music, and then point out if anybody's going to like this or not. So obviously this was a bad review. I just didn't despise the show, but I really disliked it. I'm gonna do really better now at putting my rating for drama, my drama list, on some part of the video. And that's it. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Follow me on my social media accounts below, and hopefully we'll pick up on these reviews, and recommend me another show to watch, because I'm running out of current shows to watch as of right now. I'm watching Fight for My Way, but I'm not reviewing that one because it already finished airing. So any shows that are currently airing that you feel like should be watched and reviewed, or you would like for me to watch and review on YouTube, I'll definitely do it, no matter how bad it is. So thank you, Rebels.